There is a law in psychology that if you form a picture in your mind of what you would like to be and you keep and hold that picture there long enough, you will soon become exactly as you have been thinking. Once upon a time, there was a woman about 30 years old, married with two children. Like many people, she had grown up in a home where she was constantly criticized and often treated unfairly by her parents. As a result, she developed deep feelings of inferiority and low self esteem. She was negative and fearful and had no confidence at all. She was shy and self effacing and did not consider herself to be particularly valuable or worthwhile. She felt that she was not really talented at all. One day, as she was driving to the store, another car went through a red light and smashed into her. When she awoke, she was in the hospital with some small injuries but complete memory loss. She could still speak, but she had no recollection of any part of her past life. She was a total amnesiac. At first, the doctors thought it will be temporarily, but weeks passed and no trace of her memory returned. Her husband and children visited her daily, but she did not know them. This was such an unusual case that other doctors and specialists came to visit her as well to test her and ask her questions about her condition. Eventually, she went home, her memory a complete blank. Determined to understand what had happened to her, she began reading medical textbooks and studying in the specialized area of amnesia and memory loss. She met and spoke with specialists in this field. Eventually, she wrote a paper on her condition. Not long afterward, she was invited to address a medical convention to deliver her paper, answer questions about her amnesia, and share her experiences and ideas on neurological functioning. During this period, something amazing happened. She became a new person completely. All the attention in the hospital and afterward made her feel valuable, important, and truly loved by her family. The attention and acclaim she received from members of the medical profession built her self-esteem and self-respect even higher. She became a genuinely positive, confident, outgoing woman, highly articulate, well informed, and very much in demand as a speaker and authority in the medical profession. All memory of her negative childhood had been wiped out. Her feelings of inferiority were wiped out as well. She became a new person. She changed her thinking and changed her life. This was the condition of the blank slate. Now, what is blank slate? Blank slate theory says that each person comes into the world with no thoughts or ideas at all, and everything that a person thinks and feels is learned from infancy onward. It is as though the child's mind in a blank slate that every passing person and experience leaves a mark on. The adult becomes the sum total of everything he or she learns, feels, and experiences growing up. What the adult does and becomes later is the result of this early conditioning. So, whatever is impressed is expressed. Perhaps the greatest breakthrough in the field of human potential in the 20th century was the discovery of the self concept. This is the idea that each person develops a bundle of beliefs regarding oneself starting at birth. Your self concept then becomes the master program of your subconscious computer, determining everything you think, say, feel, and do. For this reason, all change in your outer life begins with a change in your self concept, with a change in the way you think and feel about yourself and your world. The child is born with no self concept at all. Every idea, opinion, feeling, attitude, or value you have as an adult you learned from childhood. Everything you are today is the result of an idea or impression you took in and accepted as true. When you believe something to be true, it becomes true for you. Whatever the fact may be, you are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. If you were raised by parents who continually told you what a good person you were, who loved you, encouraged you, supported you, and believed in you, no matter what you did or didn't do, you would grow up with the belief that you were a good and valuable person. By the age of 3, this belief would lock in and become a fundamental part of the way you view yourself in relation to your world. Thereafter, no matter what happens to you, you will hold to this belief. It will become your reality. If you were raised by parents who did not know how powerful their words and behaviors could be in shaping your personality, they could very easily have used destructive criticism, disapproval, and physical or emotional punishment to discipline or control you. When a child is continuously criticized at an early age, he soon concludes that there is something wrong with him. He doesn't understand why it is that he is being criticized or punished, but he assumes that his parents know the truth about him and that he deserves it. He begins to feel that he is not valuable or lovable. He is not worth very much. He must therefore be worthless. Almost all personality problems, the child needs love like roses need rain. When children feel unloved, they feel unsafe and insecure. They think, I am not good enough. They begin to engage in compensatory behaviors to make up for their inner anxiety. This sense of love deprivation is manifested in misbehavior. Personality problems burst of anger, depression, hopelessness, lack of ambition, and problems with people and relationships. The child is born with no fears except those of falling and loud noises. All other fears have to be taught to the child as he or she grows up. The two major fears we all develop are the fear of failure or loss and the fear of criticism or rejection. We begin to learn the fear of failure if we are continuously criticized and punished when we try something new or different. We are shouted at and told, "No, get away from there, stop that, put that down." Physical punishment and the withholding of love, possibilities that scare us and make us feel insecure, often accompany these shouts and criticisms. We soon begin to believe that we are too small, too weak, incompetent, inadequate, and incapable of doing anything new or different. We express this feeling with the words, "I can't, I can't, I can't." Whenever we think about doing something new or challenging, we automatically respond with feelings of fear, trembling, and a churning stomach. We react exactly as if we are afraid of getting a spanking. We say "I can't" over and over. The fear of failure is the primary reason for failure in adult life. As the result of destructive criticism in childhood, we hold ourselves back as adults. We sell ourselves short. We quit before we even try the first time. Instead of using our amazing minds to figure out how to get what we want, we use our reasoning ability to create reasons why we can't and why the things we want are not possible for us.
Associate only with positive and focused people you can learn from and who not always keep on complaining and keep on draining your valuable energy in complaints and negative attitude. By developing relationships with those committed to constant improvement and the pursuit of the best that life has to offer, you will have plenty of company on your path to the top of whatever mountain you seek to climb. You must have a mission statement in life. This is simply a set of guiding principles which clearly state where you are going and where you want to be at the end of your life. A mission statement embodies your values. It is your personal lighthouse, keeping you steadily on the course of your dreams. Over a period of 1 month, set a few hours aside to write down 5 or 10 principles which will govern your life and which will keep you focused at all times.
Your self-concept precedes and predicts your levels of performance and effectiveness in everything you do. Because of the law of correspondence, you always behave on the outside in a manner consistent with your self-concept on the inside. All improvement in your life therefore begins with an improvement in your self-concept. You have an overall self-concept that is made up of all your beliefs about yourself and your abilities. This bundle of beliefs includes all the experiences, decisions, success, failure, ideas, information, emotions, and opinions of your life up to now. This general self-concept determines how and what you think and feel about yourself and measures how well you are doing in general. Now try to understand this. You have a series of mini self concepts as well. These mini self concepts combine to make up your overall self concept. You have a self concept for every area of your life that you consider important. This mini self concept determines how you think, feel, and perform in that area. For example, you have a self concept of how healthy and fit you are and how much you eat or exercise. You have a self concept for how likable and popular you are with others, especially with members of the opposite sex. You have a self concept for what kind of a spouse or parent you are, for how good a friend you are to your friends, how smart you are, and how well you learn. You have a self concept for every sport you play and for every activity you engage in, including how well you drive your car. You have a self concept for how well you do your work, how well you do each part of your work. You have a self concept for how much money you make and how well you save and invest it. This is a critical area. The fact is that you can never earn much more or less than your self concept level of income. If you want to make more money, you have to change your beliefs about yourself relative to income and money. In every case, if you want to change your performance and your results in any area of your life, you have to change your self concept or your beliefs about yourself for that area. Fortunately, your beliefs are largely subjective. They are not always based on facts. Instead, they are based largely on information you have taken in and accepted as true, sometimes with very little advice or proof. The very worst beliefs you can have are self-limiting beliefs of any kind. These are beliefs about yourself that cause you to feel somehow limited or deficient in a particular area. These beliefs are seldom true, but if you accept them as valid estimates of your ability, they become true for you exactly as if they were correct. The starting point of unlocking your potential and accomplishing more than you ever have before is for you to challenge your self-limiting beliefs. You begin this process of freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs by imagining that whatever they are completely untrue. Imagine for the moment that you have no limitations on your abilities at all. Imagine that you could be, do, or have anything you really wanted in life. Imagine that your potential is unlimited in any way. For example, imagine that you could be earning twice as much as you are earning today. Imagine that you could be living in a bigger house, driving a better car, and enjoying a more expensive lifestyle. Imagine that you have the ability to be one of the top people in your field. Imagine that you are one of the most powerful, popular personality in your social and business world. Imagine that you are calm, confident, and unafraid of anything. Imagine that you could set and achieve any goal you put in your mind. This is how you begin changing your thinking and changing your life. The starting point of eliminating your fears and releasing your potential is to reprogram your mental hard drive with new, positive, constructive, and courageous beliefs about yourself and your future. Your self concept has three parts, and each is linked with the other. All three elements together make up your personality. They largely determine what you think, feel, and do, and everything that happens to you. Your self ideal is the first part of your personality and your self concept. Your self ideal is made up of all of your hopes, dreams, visions, and ideals. Your self ideal is composed of the virtues, values, and qualities that you must admire in yourself and others. Your self ideal is the person you would most likely to become if you could be a perfect person in every way. These ideals guide and shape your behavior. Great men and women, leaders, and people of character are very clear about their values, visions, and ideals. They know who they are and what they believe in. They set high standards for themselves and they don't compromise those standards. They are men and women that others can look up and depend on. They are definite and distinct in their interactions with others. In everything they do, they strive to live up to their ideals. The second part of your self concept is your self image. This is the way you see yourself and think about yourself. It is often called your inner mirror. It is where you look internally to see how you should behave in a particular situation. Because of the power of your self image, you always perform on the outside consistent with the picture you have of yourself of the inside. The discovery of the self image is a major breakthrough in understanding human performance and effectiveness. By visualizing and imagining yourself performing at your best is an upcoming situation, you send a message to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind accepts this message as a command and then coordinates your thoughts, words, and actions so that they fit a pattern consistent with the picture you created. All improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Your internal images influence your emotions, your behaviors, your attitudes, and even the way other people respond to you. The development of a positive self-image is a vital part of changing your thinking and changing your life. The third part of your self-concept is your self-esteem. This is the emotional component of your personality and is the most important factor in determining how you think, feel, and behave. Your level of self-esteem largely determines much of what happens to you in life. Your self-esteem is best defined as how much you like yourself. The more you like yourself, the better you perform at anything you attempt. And by the law of reversibility, the better you perform, the more you like yourself. Your self esteem is the reactor core of your personality. It is the energy source that determines your levels of confidence and enthusiasm. The more you like yourself, the higher will be the standards you will set for yourself. The more you like yourself, the bigger the goals you will set for yourself, and the longer you will persist in achieving them. People with high self-esteem are virtually unstoppable. Your level of self-esteem determines the quality of your relationships with others. The more you like and respect yourself, the more you like and respect others, and the better they feel towards you. In your business life and career, your personal level of self-esteem will be the critical factor that determines whether or not people will buy from you, hire you, enter into business dealings with you, and even lend you money. The better your self-esteem, the better you will be as a spouse and parent. High self-esteem parents raise high self-esteem children. These children develop high levels of self-confidence and associate with other high self-esteem children. High self-esteem homes are characterized by love, laughter, and happiness for everyone who likes and lives there. Just as you become what you think about, you also become what you say to yourself. The most powerful words you can repeat to yourself, especially if you are feeling tense or uneasy about an upcoming event, are the words, I like myself, I like myself, yes, I like myself. Whenever you say, I like myself, your fears diminish and your courage increases. The words, I like myself, are so powerful and positive that they are immediately accepted by your subconscious mind as a command. They instantly affect your thoughts, feelings, and attitudes. Your body language immediately improves and you stand straighter. Your face becomes more positive and cheerful. Your tone of voice becomes stronger and more confident. You feel better about yourself, and as a result, you treat everyone around you in a warmer and friendly way. You begin the process of changing your thinking and changing your life by going to work on your self-concept. You start by developing a clear, positive, exciting, and inspiring self-ideal, consistent with the very best person you can imagine yourself becoming. You develop a positive self-image by imagining yourself performing at your very best in everything you do. Finally, you develop high and unshakable levels of self-esteem by loving and accepting yourself unconditionally as a valuable and worthwhile person. Most of your thoughts and your responses to the events and people of your life are determined by your basic premises. These are the ideas, beliefs, opinions, and conclusions you have come to as the result of inputs and experiences starting in childhood. They constitute not only your self-concept but also your philosophy of life. The more adamant and convinced you are of your basic premises, the more they predict and control everything you do, say, and feel. If you believe yourself to be an excellent person, loaded with talent and ability, friendly and popular, healthy and energetic, curious and creative, and destined to have a wonderful life, these basic premises will lead you to set goals, work hard, develop yourself, treat others well, bounce back from adversity, and ultimately succeed. Nothing will be able to stop you in the long run. It is not what happens to you in life that is important. It is only how you react to what happens. It doesn't matter where you are coming from either. All that really matters is where you are going. And where you are going is limited only by your own imagination. And since your imagination is unlimited, your future is unlimited as well. These are the basic premises and beliefs you need to fulfill your potential.